Welcome to Wayzata High School for Section 6 4A boys basketball, a semifinal matchup, an all Plymouth matchup here. The Armstrong Falcons and the top seed, the Wayzata Trojans. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson, and start with Armstrong here. It's been an up and down year, but they got a nice win over their district rival Cooper in the quarterfinals, so they're feeling good coming in.
Yeah, and you look at their record, Jay, under 500, but you know, the majority of their losses were against the top teams in the state, and they played a lot of those games really competitive. So I think they're a case of better than their record. They had a big win. Cooper is feisty, they're tough, they play great defense. They won by 10, so they believe like they belong here, and I know they're excited, and I think they got nothing to lose, and those are sometimes the scariest teams.
Wayzata, of course, state champion last year. They've had a very good year. I think for them, the key, though, is not looking past this Armstrong team.
Well, and if you know Coach Snetler at all, you know that's probably not an issue because they are coming into this game. They know what Armstrong's capable of. Armstrong has size and some great athleticism. So they also, when you've won a state tournament, you know you can't overlook any opponent. One slip up and your season's done. So they're going to come into this expecting a really good game, and I expect them to play well.
Let's look at key players in tonight's game, starting with Armstrong. A good inside player that came over from Maple Grove. Peyton Mogiri had a nice game against Cooper. He's had some injuries, but peaking at the right time a little bit.
Well, 6'10" too, and he can rebound and he can defend. And if he can add that scoring touch, there's not a lot of guys that can defend that. I know Carter Bierke's got size for Wayzata, but 6'10", strong, athletic. They need him to have a big game, not only offensively, but I think defensively too. And the problem is he's gonna have to defend the perimeter against Wayzata because they can all shoot from out there. So he's gonna be a really integral part tonight.
For Wayzata, a guy who was waiting his turn to get into their lineup, and this year as a junior has done very well. Hayden Tibbetts at a guard spot.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable in a lot of the games. He's been their leading scorer a lot of times. He's fast, he's smart, he's fearless. He can shoot and he defends and he gets out in transition. So him stepping up, I think, has really been key for Wayzata to have the kind of run in the year they're having after losing, quite a few players from last year too. So you could pick really any number of Wayzata players. He's been really fun to watch this year.
All right, we'll see who goes on to the section final. Hopkins and Minneapolis South are meeting in the other semifinal. The winner of that one will take on the winner of this one for the section championship. It's Armstrong and Wayzata boys hoops in the Section 6 4A tournament up next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
The gym filling up here at Wayzata High School for Section 6 4A boys basketball semifinal matchup here. 5th seed Armstrong and number 1 seed Wayzata getting set to do battle. And we had actually some pretty good quarterfinal round games in this section. We're not as lopsided as you're seeing in some other brackets. And Ryan, including Wayzata, I mean, even 1 versus 8 was a relatively competitive game. So that's good to see.
Well, and did you see the Minneapolis North score from last night? It was 134-4. So yeah, I had some competitive games, and I think that just alludes to the depth of this region, right? St. Louis Park's got a tough team, played Hopkins tough, and Washburn very athletic and talented as well. So yeah, they've earned the right here, and Armstrong beating the 4 seed, that's a big win for Armstrong. So now you get to play in a great atmosphere, great crowd, a lot of fun.
Number 22 is Drew.
Kind of nice too. The semis being hosted at the higher seeds home gym. I know back when I played, we'd always had to play this as a neutral site. So getting that home game is always, I think that's a good reward for the top seeds.
A senior, number 32 is Peyton
So we're at home sites this year in this section as well. It traditionally had been more of a neutral site for semis and finals, but even the championship game will be here if Wayzata wins, or the top seed, highest remaining seed, will host. So a little bit different, that you got a little bit more advantage. Obviously last year during COVID it was that way, but that was across the board, whereas now some are going back to neutral and some are playing at home sites. As you get a look at Rob Ware and his Armstrong starters getting set for battle here this evening. And Brian Schnettler and the Trojans as well for Armstrong. Jamez Garner, the Newbern brothers, Peyton and Seth, Drew Kemple and Peyton Mogiri. And then for Wayzata, Hayden Tibbetts, Ryan Harvey, Drew Birkland, Spencer Hall, and St. Thomas-bound Carter Bjerke, one of the best shooting big men in the state. It'll be Bjerke and Mogiri going head-to-head on the jump ball. And just from looking at him right here, I think Mogiri's height might be exaggerated a little bit. I don't know, it looks like he's shorter than Bjerke, who's listed at 6'8".
Until you see his arms. You see how long his arms are. But yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. And I think if either one of those two can get the other one in foul trouble, that could be something to keep an eye on.
Down low it comes, Mogiri. He'll kick it back out. Peyton Newbern cut off as he stepped in. He'll find Seth Newbern for a corner three. No good. Bjerke with the board.
Well, that brother-to-brother connection, kind of just knowing where they're going to be. You got to think all the battles they've had in their driveways throughout the year. Of course, remember watching their dad, Melvin, play for the Gophers. So big basketball family.
Some older brothers that played as well, and they were at Cooper and then also even Maranatha. Here's Carter Bjerke. Little back cut there, but gets away from Hall. Right idea, but they just didn't execute.
Well, you could tell that was kind of a set play, right? They got good rotation, coming back that way, trying to catch Armstrong off guard, overplaying a little bit, had him open, but just a little bit ahead of him.
First thing that Coach Ware from Armstrong talked about is how Wayzata's got shooters pretty much at all 5 spots on the floor. So you have to be conscious of that. You can't just leave somebody wide open.
Well, and what happens too is you get caught watching the ball and you don't realize that the guy your guard's moved and is open.
Newbern hit the side of the backboard with that one, then it bounced off him on the way out.
It's been fun watching Peyton Newbern grow over the years, isn't it? I remember when he was just skinny and young playing, and now he has, full 6'4" and just a grown man, big strong body.
Harvey over to Hall. He'll put it on the deck and go to the hoop and lay it in. Spencer Hall, first 2 of the game.
Well, all set up because they can shoot the 3 so effectively. You show shot, and then all of a sudden you got a lane all the way to the basket for an easy layup.
Garner had to kick it back out. Mogiri shooting a 3, no good. Birkland the rebound.
Well, and he's capable of knocking those down. You see he's got great shooting form, but I think Wayzata will live with him on the perimeter and not battling down low.
Birkland drops it off for Hall, but missed the reverse layup. Another nicely executed play until the layup. Yep. Now the Falcons turn it over. Tibbetts, jump stop there, short with it. The tip is good by Harvey.
How did he get his arm on that? Good defense by Armstrong. They're contesting without fouling. But Harvey with that long body of his, too, long arms, able to get the tip.
Seth Newbern swinging it ahead to Garner. Peyton Newbern puts it on the floor. Good help defense there. Oop, and lost by Seth Newbern. Here comes Tibbetts. Tibbetts will go all the way, no good. Hall's follow-up, no good, and Kemple rebounds. Now Garner gonna drop it off. Peyton Newbern challenged, blocked by Bjerke, but Seth Newbern the follow-up.
Well, great job by Carter Bjerke challenging that without fouling, going straight up.
Bjerke will shoot it from the top. It's short though, and Seth Newbern the rebound.
Yeah, and I think if Armstrong can get out, Jay, in transition like they just did, I think they're really dangerous with their athleticism and length.
Garner shooting it up, no good. And we'll get a charge.
Wow. Great team defense by Harvey. They're just stepping in, being unselfish, because guess what? It never feels good when you take that knee to your stomach and that fall down, but it's great defense.
Offensive foul number 2 for the Falcons.
So look at Coach Ware, a former head coach at Totino Grace and Maranatha. Also in the front office, if you will, principal level at Armstrong as well.
How about that mass substitution there by Armstrong? I think Coach Ware maybe not happy with the way they started to bring in 4 guys. Platoon sub in there, getting 4 new guys into the game.
Devin Jones, number 5. Owen Scram, number 4. Desmond Ware, number 11, the freshman. Here's Bierke inside for 2.
Great footwork, and you see how he used his body. He was leaning over his right shoulder, and what he did, he got Mogiri to kind of feed on that, and then he spinned off of him. Great move.
Grayson Rennie, number 10, also in for Armstrong, just had the ball. Here's Ware, so they get smaller at the guard spots for sure with Rennie and Ware. Mogiri calling for it. Bierke got a piece of it. Mogiri able to recover. Scram's a shooter, and doesn't take long to put one up, but Bierke grabs a rebound.
Yeah, Wayzata so far doing a nice job too. 1 shot and done. Boxing out, not giving Armstrong any offensive rebounds.
Birkeland attacks and scores. You can tell Armstrong's been told to get out on shooters, but Wayzata has guys that are capable of going by you if needed as well, as we just saw with Drew.
Well, it's the second time we've seen showing shot and then able to get to the rim. And Drew does a great job kind of using his body to shield the defender. Watch it put the ball in front of him here, Jay. You see that hand coming from behind. And Drew Birkeland, you know, I know going to the Gophers to play baseball, big in football, really I thought was their key last year to their state championship run. And he just seems to always have a knack for making big plays in big games.
So 4 different Trojans have scored already as they lead at 8-2. You get a look there at Brian Schnettler, what a job he has done, and their youth program has been feeding into, and everything's been looking good in their program these last several years, and obviously last year going all the way through and winning a state title.
Yeah, and I mean their teams just play really smart, good basketball. They don't force shots. They drive and kick. They give up a good shot for a great shot. They play good team defense. They're just extremely well coached. He's done a heck of a job building one of the dominant programs in the state.
Miles Barnett, 13. Eric Rottinghouse, 21, in for Wayzata off their bench. Here's Scram, going to stop and pop from 15, and it's good.
Yeah, he's averaging just under double figures at 9.5 points, but he's 6'4", so you can see if he gets to that spot, he can just elevate. There's not a whole lot you can do with it. Good shooter.
Yeah, one of their key returning players, and now kind of adapting to that 6th man scoring role for them. Here's Birkeland again attacking.
Yeah, and I think you said it, Jay, a couple plays ago. Armstrong making a conscious effort to get out to that 3-point line. Wayzata taking advantage of it and able to get driving lanes.
Ware giving it to Rennie. Falcons a slow start offensively here, 4 points, and we're about 5 minutes into the game. Here's Jones, though, just as I say that, getting a nice drive and bang.
Well, just good patience. You know, he's 6'1", but he's got a big, strong body and able to get all the way to the rim.
Tibbetts with the runner won't go, and McGeary snares the rebound. Rennie nearly lost it there. Ware out to Jones. Jones, the driving dish, going to be an offensive foul call against Jones.
I don't know about that. Again, I mean, great team defense. You can see Wayzata cutting off the driving lanes with help defense. But I don't know if that's got to be a no call, I think, Jay.
Yeah, he saw the defender and looked like he slid around him.
What he ends up getting him is with his hand. You see that with his hand there.
Yeah.
His body did not hit him. But you love the effort defensively by Tibbetts.
Jake Schmidt, number 10, in now for Wayzata. Here's Barnett handling it against Scram. Schmidt kicking it over. Harvey into the lane. A little up and under there.
Thought if he stepped through left there, he might have had a layup, but nice pass.
Harvey dishing off Rottinghouse. Boy, they love that baseline cut.
Well, and what happens is as a defender, you get caught watching the ball, and your guy, they've taught their players so well, your defender turns his back, cut. and they've gotten a bunch of layups. And Harvey, of course, the quarterback in football, they're delivering a touchdown for a layup.
Hall will pick up the pushing foul there as he got his hands into Peyton Newbern on the drive. Fitz Freeman into the game here for Armstrong, 25, 6'6" sophomore.
Oh, wow.
They get it into Garner, but he missed it.
What a tip. Didn't even come down with it, just tipped it right back to Garner. He had a good look, just rushed it a little bit.
Freeman switching on to Barnett, who wants to attack. Harvey has a guard on him, now kicks it over, and Rottinghouse will shoot it up for three, and it's good.
Well, they just have so many interchangeable guys when they come in, Jay. They're confident and they're cocked and loaded. Rottinghouse comes right in, nails the three. And they do such a good job, too, of moving without the ball to get open.
Newbern the miss, and then we get a foul on the rebound.
Well, one thing Peyton Newbern has always been, he's a great slasher at the basket. You see how quick his second jump was. Kind of forced a tough one there early, hits the rim, but he's already right back up and on it. Relentless, too, just aggressive and relentless pursuing the rim.
No good on the free throw for Newbern. One more coming here. Misses a pair, and Schmidt tracks down the rebound for the Trojans. Here's Hall. They'll keep it rotating. Here's Barnett for an open look. Won't go. Nice box up by Temple.
Yeah, it was. Good offense, too, by Wayzata. They got a great shot. Sometimes if you can get that early penetration, Jay, the defense has to suck in. You get a couple rotations, leads to a great shot.
Seth Newbern dropping it off Garner for two.
Well, what made that is Seth kind of hung in the air and paused just a little bit, and I love that Garner, instead of standing at the top of the key, made that late cut and enabled him to get a great layup.
Barnett shooting it up, no good. Peyton Newbern rebounds and pushes it back the other direction. And then he tried to throw it through to Seth Newbern.
I think he thought his brother was cutting there, and his brother started fading out to the corner. Where's that brotherly connection I just had talked about, Jay?
They tried to sell with us. Maybe did it get tipped, but I don't think so. It's one of those that ends up looking like not a good pass just because you weren't quite on the same wavelength there.
It was the right idea.
Harvey to Hall. Bjerke flash free. Missed him, but now it gets a second opportunity. Bjerke turning back the other way and hits.
So tough. You know, he's so big and strong, so when he lowers that left shoulder, you got to respect that he's going to jump hook you, and you go for that, and then he spins away and hits you with the touch. There's just not too many 6'9" guys that got shooting touch.
Tipped and stolen by Hall. Schmidt.
Oh, nice pass.
To Harvey for the layup.
Great defense by Spencer Hall, starting that, and a beautiful pass.
They're playing man-to-man, but with some kind of zone-like principle. I mean, there just aren't a lot of driving lanes.
No.
McGarry turns and fires, no good. Bjerke the rebound.
I think their feel is that, great catch. Yeah, a little travel. That was a tough angle. I think Wayzata's feel is, hey, we're going to give up jump shots. We're not giving up layups. Watch the footwork here, Jay. Watch this pound. You think it's jump hook. Great footwork, the spin away. And when he fades a little bit with his size, he creates so much space. Beautiful pass by Jake Schmidt. The quarterback on the receiving end of a beautiful pass.
19-8, Wayzata with the lead here on Armstrong. Section 6 semifinals. The winner will take on either Hopkins or Minneapolis South for the title.
What do you think of that matchup? You think it's gonna?
I haven't seen South at all. It's hard to really speculate on. I mean, just going back over the years, you obviously are thinking that we're probably might see a Wayzata Hopkins, but and a great block by Berkland, and he saves it off of Scram.
What a play.
Now the official's going to confer and say Birkeland might have been out of bounds before he saved it, or as he saved it, so it will be Armstrong ball. Still a heck of a play though.
Well, how about the block? I don't know how that. He wasn't out of bounds when he jumped.
It didn't seem like it.
Well, it might not count, but just a heads-up play.
Still a great block,
yeah.
no matter what. Down to the corner. Rennie will shoot it up, in and out there. They tip it loose, and Jones gets it. Rennie into the lane and blocked by Hall. Jones, a floater there, won't go, and Harvey the rebound. Harvey shoveling it over to Drew Birkeland. Now Bjerke will bring it back out.
Well, that's the other thing they do so well. They rarely force bad shots or bad passes, right? They don't have it. You see how quickly they got out, reset. They're going to get a good shot out of it.
Birkeland from the corner, missed it. Nice rebound though by Tibbetts. And then we'll get a blocking foul on Jones.
Great hustle by Tibbetts. He came from the opposite side there, sprinting over. Those are always tricky, aren't they? He was definitely outside of the circle.
Coach Ware is probably saying, what was any different than those ones we saw at the other end? Tibbetts, you're right though. How closing speed to get to that rebound was like he was moving faster than everybody else on the floor.
But what I love, smart players watch the trajectory of a shot. And he was on the baseline, and he probably saw that it was going to be long. And when they're long like that, they're usually going to come back towards the shooter. Just read it, great instincts, and good quickness to, it's little plays like that, but it leads to 2 points, and those, you make a couple of those plays a game, it adds up.
21-8 lead here for Wayzata. Everybody talks about their shooting, but their defense is very good as well.
Yeah, what you won't see a lot is just mistakes and easy layups. You know what I mean? You very rarely do you have a breakdown where a guy gets a wide open look or an easy drive to the basket. You're going to have to beat them by making shots or making great individual moves against them.
Under 7 to go now, first half. 21-8, top seed Wayzata with the lead on number 5 seed Armstrong here in the Section 6 semi. Harvey giving it to Bjerke.
Oh, great fake.
Oh. That's going to be an offensive foul as Seth Newbern was planted in waiting.
See, the last one should have, if anything, been a charge. That was not a charge. Oh. Great shot fake. Well, you love it by Seth Newbern, right? Taking it, given obviously on a much bigger player. And that's what you got to do defensively when you're playing Wayzata. You got to be great like that. Make unselfish plays.
Ware getting it to McGeary. Ooh, Birkeland almost had the steal. Back out top, Peyton Newbern travel. Can't do that.
Well, how about Drew Birkeland at 6 foot? The second time he's closed out. I think he would have had another block there. You get caught in the air like that, and it's not a fun feeling.
Rottinghouse giving it to Birkeland. Back cut by Harvey. Gonna shoot that little jump hook, and he scores.
When he just kind of hits you with that, change of speed. He's slow and then went right up, kind of catches the bigger defender off guard, able to get that shot off.
So 6:15 to go first half, 23-8 Wayzata after this hoop by Harvey.
You kind of see just duck that shoulder a little bit, create a little extra space. And just playing smart basketball.
Wayzata's been efficient, which is kind of a hallmark of how they do things. They generally get a decent look at the basket most of their possessions. And that sounds simple, that's the goal for everybody, but they do it better than most.
No, they do, and I'll tell you what, they got a lot of talent, and you get the feeling that they don't care who gets the points that night, right? Like they don't care if they have 5 guys in double figures, or one night it might be Bierke, it might be Birkeland, it might be Tibbetts. We've seen Jackson McAndrew, who hasn't played tonight, have big games scoring. So if you have that mentality of giving up a good shot for a great shot, and you have a lot of talented players, that's usually a winning formula.
See, these teams last played 2 years ago in the playoffs. Wayzata won in overtime, and that was after Armstrong had beaten them in the regular season
I think I
as
remember
well.
doing that game. The good thing is if you're Armstrong, you're only down 15, and you haven't really gotten going offensively yet. So you got to feel like, hey, if we bring it, we can get back into this game. A couple stops, a couple baskets, and we're right back in it. Oh,
Seth
boy.
Newbern, an acrobatic shot. Peyton Newbern, the putback.
I know he didn't get that to go down, but that was a heck of a play. Great finish. Just rimmed out, but his brother cleaned it up.
Harvey thought about it, got it to Carter Bierke instead as he sweeps through the lane. Down low for Rottinghouse, knocked out of bounds. Good hustle defensively there by Seth Newbern.
Yeah, great job just diving out. He doesn't get a hand on that. That's an easy layup. And again, that baseline cut off of the drive, you alluded to it earlier. They've already gotten it for a couple baskets, almost got another one.
Two things that are important about that too is spacing and timing. You can't, if you're too early on the cut, it isn't going to mesh as well as it could.
And there's a hole there. The guy driving's got to have his head up too. So often you see guys with their heads down, not seeing cutters.
Foul to person number 11, Desmond Ware.
Ware will pick up the foul away from the ball.
For the most part, a pretty clean game on both sides. Not a ton of wasteful fouls. It's been a fun up and down game so far.
Schmidt's pass stolen by Rennie.
Good job by Rennie getting those hands up, reading the eyes. Kind of like a defensive lineman. If you can't get to the quarterback, get those hands up. See if you can get a tip.
Barnett switches on to Seth Newbern here. Now Peyton Newbern with Hall on him. Attacks baseline, Bierke with the block.
Well, and that's what you need out of that is when you got Bierke coming over to block that, Jay, that's where you need Mogire to follow behind him as an outlet to get a pass. See Bierke come into your screen with the block. That's where you got to make the guy coming over either with an offensive rebound or give him a pass. Make him pay for helping.
Rennie will shoot up a long three, no good with that, and all blue on the glass as Tibbetts gets to it.
I think Armstrong usually so good at offensive rebounding too. Wayzata doing a nice job holding them to one shot.
Tibbetts no good, but he was fouled and will head to the free throw line.
And you can see how explosive he is when he decides to get to the rim. Just a great right to left cross and one dribble, he's finishing at the rim.
So Tibbetts made a couple of free throws earlier, and he'll get another opportunity here. You see back in is Garner and Kemple as well for Armstrong.
Good crowd tonight. They get a good look there. Good crowd on the Wayzata side. Armstrong traveled. They're packed behind the bench too. This is what high school basketball is all about.
Tibbetts' second free throw is good.
Number 15, Drew Birkeland back in for Wayzata.
Birkeland returns to the lineup as you get a look at some of that crowd. And yeah, it's really just from kind of one side of Plymouth to the other to come over from Armstrong. It's really not very far. And this used to be a bigger rivalry when the teams were in the same conference. You don't see it all the time as much anymore. But across to Seth Newbern, driving it to the baseline, hangs in the air and scores.
You can see the athleticism, only a sophomore, kind of hung in the air, challenged the bigger Carter Bierke and just double clutched, got a good look, and knocked it down.
Bierke open from the top, and that's good for three.
Yeah, the difference that time between his first one, got his legs into it. You can see a much better arc. Nailed it. He is so good at that, either trailing at the top of the key or coming off and getting a reversal at the top of the key, knocking it down.
And knocked away, and Schmidt comes up with it for the Trojans. Barnett will give it to Bjerke, and now Birkeland. He'll shoot a long three, and he hits.
Quick release. It's contagious, too. This Wayzata team, someone starts knocking them down, they can start doing it in bunches.
Well, and we talked about them getting good shots, but they also are confident enough that coach isn't necessarily going to, yank them out for shooting a real deep one like that.
No.
There's Barnett being called for that foul.
Great hustle by both players there. Yeah, here's the Carter Bjerke three, top of the key. I mean, talk about deep. Good 2 feet behind the line, good arc. Knocks it down, and then Drew Birkeland says, well, if you can do it, I'm going to go deeper. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
31-12, Trojans blowing this one open a bit here. We got about 3:20 to go before halftime.
Well, you said it, Jay. We talk a lot about Wayzata's offense, but, I think tonight they've really been impressive defensively. In saying that, it's that one-on-one defense. They're not getting broken down off the dribble, and that's something Armstrong's really good at, too.
And they have obviously done extensive scouting. They know, who are the shooters that we need to be out on, and who can we back off a little bit. Got a foul, going to be an illegal screen or a little elbow chuck, it looked like, called on McGeary, I believe.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, too, because he was trying to get Owen Scram open on a curl for a jump shot, and he got him open, but maybe a reason why, a little moving screen or a little shift in the elbow or shoulder.
Barnett picked up the dribble, but gets it over to Schmidt. Hall getting a screen from Bjerke, goes to the baseline and is fouled. Just that little bit of time where the defender had to fight through that allowed him to get a step and get to the hoop.
Well, what I like that Spencer Hall did is he went up through the contact, because really there was only one thing to do, and that was foul. You see so many guys try to avoid that, or they shoot a floater. It's like if you just go through where that defender's arm's going to be, you're going to get a foul called.
Free throw is good, and I've always talked about that, how especially when you get older and into varsity basketball, you need to understand that drawing a foul is a good play. I mean, it matters. It's not just about trying to make the hoop always.
No, you get to the free throw line, you get guys a break that maybe are playing a lot. You also maybe put their players in foul trouble so they can't stay in the game. So yeah, there's a lot of good things about it. And then the stronger you get, you almost get selfish. Like, I want the three-point play every time.
33-12, Wayzata opening this lead up as Armstrong has just struggled to find offense.
Well, and you can see right now Bjerke out of the game, trying to get the ball to Mogire. Wayzata putting a guy in front of him, fronting him, and then there's help side defense over the top. Here he got it. He's got to go to work here.
Put it on the floor, though, and Hall yanks it away. Barnett giving it to Harvey. And try to go back to Hall. He runs it down. Back out to Birkeland. Harvey inside, looking to go to work, and he scores it.
Little dream shake, right? Looked like he was coming back to his right. Fakes it, steps through with the left. Big time move.
Garner trying to go to Peyton Newbern, and a great play by Birkeland.
Great hustle.
Now Barnett will kick it over. Rottinghouse, an open look, in and out. That Hall gets to the rebound. Barnett down the lane with the floater. It's an air ball. He saves it though off McGeary.
I'll tell you what, right now, Jay, Wayzata, besides being up 23, they're winning the hustle plays too. Starts on Birkeland on one end, saving it. There's another save, an offensive rebound. Wayzata right now just playing a little bit hungrier.
Harvey will inbound here for the Trojans into Bjerke. Right back to Harvey. Gonna shoot that little fadeaway. This time won't go. Peyton Newbern pushing it back the other way. A minute to go first half. It's been a great one for Wayzata and a bit of a disaster for Armstrong. Kempel around to Freeman. Kempel giving it up to Rennie, and now Freeman. Here's Freeman shooting it up and won't go, and Birkeland gets to the rebound. Bjerke, a long distance three, and it's in and out. Seth Newbern wins the fight for the rebound here. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Rennie pass fake and then goes across to Peyton Newbern, under 10. And that pass deflected and stolen, and then a foul on Freeman. So they don't even get a last look at a shot there. Instead, turn it over and then commit a foul. That's kind of an indicator of how things have gone in this first half for the Falcons.
Wayzata the bonus at the line shooting
Spencer Hall will shoot 1-1 here for Wayzata. Tibbetts out, Barnett in for the Trojans. No good on the free throw. Kempel the rebound, looking ahead to Seth Newbern, and it slipped out of his hands as he thought about trying to go up for the shot. So a dominant first half for the defending state champions and top-seeded Trojans as they lead it by a score of 35-12 here against Armstrong. And Ryan is ready with Coach Ware.
Hey, Coach, I know it's not the start you wanted, but what do you like to see different here to come out in the second half?
Yeah, I'd like our guys to be a little bit more patient, trust each other, make some harder cuts, set some actual screens, get each other open.
Offensively, anything different you want to see?
You know what? I want us to look to see inside out. Right now, we're dancing with the ball too much, so if we can get some of our starters to sit up there and move the ball a little bit better, we'll get some easier looks.
You're known for your great motivational talk. What, you got a good one left in here for halftime?
I got one more in me.
Good luck, Coach, the second half. Back to you, Jay.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and thanks to Coach Ware. Obviously not the most fun thing to do is stop for a chat when you're down big at halftime, but we appreciate it, and we appreciate Rob for all he's done with us this season as well. We're going to hear from Ryan Schnettler coming back into the half. 35-12, Wayzata dominating the first half. More basketball to come here on CCX.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back here to Wayzata. The Armstrong student section was very into it in the first half. However, it didn't help their team all that much, unfortunately. 35-12. Wayzata, our halftime score, as we have a battle for this Section 6 semifinal. Take a look at some highlights from the opening half here. Owen Scram coming off the bench, getting up a couple of quick shots, but they've just struggled to really find open looks. Devin Jones made a good move there to score. And
this is a great pass.
This is their best hoop of the half, maybe right there. Great play, and I thought it should have been a foul on the push out on the drive too.
That was a nice and then the tip here. But you can see when they were able to drive to the basket, they either got the basket or were able to get a offensive rebound, but just hasn't been enough of it. That was a beautiful individual move as well by Seth Newbern.
But too many turnovers and good hoops the other way as Tibbetts missing there, but Harvey a miracle tip.
Yeah, it was a good tip. He just plays at such a nice pace, doesn't he? Just always in control. They're getting into the heart of the defense and that baseline cut we talked about. I like this coming back to his left. Beautiful footwork, 6'9" with touch like that. He says, I made that one, let me step out a little bit deeper. And then the very next possession, Drew Berkland says, I can do it from even further out.
So the Trojans rolling to the big halftime lead. Seth Newbern with 4. Harvey 8, Berkland 7, Bierke 7 for the Trojans here as they putting one on Armstrong here in this first half. We will take a time out here. 35-12 Wayzata. We'll be back in just a moment here and hear from Coach Schnettler here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Wayzata. Let's go over to Ryan now with Coach Schnettler.
35 points in the first half. You guys put on a clinic. Did you like what you saw?
Defensively, it's the best we've played in a while. Our guys, we challenge them to be locked in. They've been locked in. The big thing is we can't let up. Ignore the score and just keep getting better every single possession.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, your conference semifinals, you look ahead to that finals. I said, I don't think Wayzata is going to do that. I thought you guys were really locked in defensively, but also offensively, giving up a good shot for a great shot.
Yeah, we've been playing really good basketball most of the year and giving up that good shot for a great one, making the extra pass, getting that ball swung, and when we do, we're really hard to guard. And if we can continue to keep getting better every single day, it's going to be fun next week too.
Can you beat any of your players in a shooting contest anymore?
All of them.
Good luck, Coach. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Ryan, and thanks to Coach Schnettler. I was here for a practice, and they had some little after-practice game thing on the wall, and there was some mention of Coach Schnettler. He apparently can still get it done and those type of things, too. We'll take a timeout. 35-12 Wayzata. Second half is up next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
A big hill to climb for Armstrong, but we'll see if they can try and chip away and get back in it, or if Wayzata is just going to cruise here. Trojans basketball to begin half 2.
Yeah, first couple minutes, Jay, of the second half, I think are so big. If Armstrong can piece together a couple of stops, a couple of baskets, and maybe get this thing down to 14 to 15, then you got a game, right? As opposed to
Berkland the miss, but Hall grabs the rebound and then lost it. Seth Newbern away with it for the Falcons.
I think too, Wayzata getting back on defense, not giving Armstrong that transition offense that they're so good at. Nice pass.
Give and go, but it got away from Seth Newbern. Tibbetts sees an opening, goes to the left hand, but missed it. Great move.
Yeah, it was. He kind of hesitated.
Harvey goes down. Let's hope he's all right. Looked like he might have turned his ankle. Yeah. Mogire on the block. He'll kick it back out. Harvey's played so well here tonight, too. You hate to see anybody get hurt. Little turnaround from Mogire won't go.
He didn't make that, but I like that they went to him. He had a nice little shake, squared up, able to get a good jumper.
And now they're going to stop play to get Harvey out of there. As looked like he turned his ankle getting back on D.
Yeah.
Watch right.
Right on
stepped on
Mogire's
foot. That's what it was. Ouch.
Yeah, I hate watching sprained ankles. Because everyone who's played basketball knows what that feels like. And you hope it's one of those that hurts like crazy, but after a few minutes, it isn't that bad. But those are not fun.
Bjerke with the jump hook, and it's good. He was all ready for the rebound if needed, but it stayed up there and dropped in. And then a steal. Hall giving it up. Tibbetts for the layup. Peyton Newbern the other direction, and Bjerke with the block.
Just nothing easy for Armstrong. You know, and that Peyton Newbern, as athletic as he is, he's used to going up and no one challenging that. But Bjerke, you know, pretty athletic for a guy of his size, able to get up and challenge that and get a piece of it.
Peyton Newbern driving it, was bumped there by Hall.
And that's what they're going to need, Jay. That's what they need. They need Peyton Newbern just using that athleticism, driving hard, putting pressure on the Wayzata defense.
There's just been such good help defense all the time that it's, you know, the lanes have not been easy to find. Now they get it inbounded to Peyton Newbern.
Great little design there on the underneath out of bounds. And that's where shooting comes into play. If you're not knocking outside shots down, teams can just continue to help.
Tibbetts trying to go corner to Hall, but they misfire there. So once in a while, Wayzata has some things go wrong too.
Armstrong's just got to keep plugging away. They get a stop like that, get a turnover. Now you got to add it with a pair it with a basket.
McGeary swings it around, Garner. Peyton Newbern out on the wing. Now we'll drive it baseline. And they'll get a travel call there before the collision with Schmidt.
Did his feet slide there? It looked like he just came to a jump stop.
There were so many bodies between me and that, I honestly couldn't tell.
I didn't see a travel on.
Schmidt gets the high screen. Now Tibbetts will fire it up there, and that's good for three.
Again, just great offense, basic offense. Jake Schmidt drives, draws the help. Could have forced a jump shot or a layup at the rim, instead kicks it out. And Tibbetts knocks down the three.
Bjerke working hard on D, got a piece of that one to knock it away on the post feed. (42-14) Wayzata. Berkland whipping it down low on Schmidt to miss. The tip by Bjerke, nobody gets it back again. Bjerke will go up and score it. I don't know if he even jumped.
He did. That was a great pass on that baseline cut, the miss, and Bjerke keeps it going. And yeah, I don't think he left the ground on that follow. There's Berkland, great pass. Schmidt. Let's see it. Yep. Kind of realized there's no defender under there. Didn't have to jump.
So a 30-point lead for Wayzata now with the timeout taken.
Well, and I think you look at that and you think, wow, 44 points at this point, great offense. But I look more at the 14 for Armstrong and don't necessarily think it's Armstrong playing terribly. I think Wayzata's defense tonight just locked in. You heard Coach Schnettler say you think it's the best his team has defended all year. That's certainly what you want to be doing, playing your best basketball, especially defensively going into the playoffs and going into possibly the state tournament.
Garner to bring it up court here with Tibbetts on him. McGeary will swing it across. Seth Newbern, an open look at a three, but it's short.
That was good offense. He played inside out there. Got a good look out of it, just didn't knock it down.
Berkland, a drive and scores with the left-hand layup.
Yeah, a little miscommunication, no switch there. Berkland kind of hesitated, realized, hey, no one's getting over this. I got a pass all the way to the rim.
McGeary will shoot up a three, and that's an air ball. Well, you said it'll be a good matchup, and honestly, it's not been a very close matchup tonight. Carter Bjerke's by far had the best of it.
Yeah, and you know, Carter Bjerke's going to get the best of a lot of people that he plays with.
Barnett back into the game. Rottinghouse as well here for Wayzata. Spins that pass into Bjerke. Freeman on him. Bjerke turns back with the right-hand hook. No good, and Scram the rebound.
You know, but even that's just a miss, right? I mean, he got a great shot, great footwork, great fake out of it. Oh, my.
Jones showing some strength again there.
Well, he had a nice drive in the first half for a layup, and he's got that big, strong body. He's able to get a half a step. You can see the strength he has to finish.
Back cut there. That was a hold. It was a good call. I thought for a moment they weren't going to call it, but he definitely hooked him around the waist.
That's one of those football passes you'll see sometimes. The quarterback leads them a little much, and all of a sudden you see the defensive back's arms around the receiver. So I think that was the right call, too.
Inbounded to Hall. Hall, the drive, scores, and one. Again, Armstrong tried so hard to make sure they're not giving up open jump shots, that maybe overcommitting a little bit or underestimating the ability to drive.
But what you see too is there's no white jerseys with the help. They're all guarding the three-point line. And so if you can make that initial move, get by your defender, there's a path to the rim there, just no one there to help either.
Hall a chance to complete a three-point play here. And he will do it. They've been great at the line tonight too, only one miss. Jackson McAndrew, number 24, is in, and remember he lit it up in that game we did over at St. Michael. He can really shoot it, the tall sophomore. Scram back out. Devin Jones will shoot that one. It's no good, and Hall the rebound.
Hall's had a nice game tonight.
Yeah, he's a good player. Here's McAndrew from the corner, no good.
Well, of course, we just jinxed him, saying how he could fill it up.
Ware out to Jones. Freeman give it back to Devin Jones. Ware pass fake, and then his shot is off target. A few of the guys have just looked a little bit rushed or uncertain shooting that ball.
Yeah, I mean, no threes made tonight.
Oh, and there is Schmidt burying a three after the pass fake had all the defense spreading out. Scram giving it to Jones. Got the defender up in the air, then it was partially blocked though.
I think he was surprised he was open and kind of wasn't prepared to shoot it. If he would have been able to get some lift on that, I think he would have been able to get a good look there.
Yeah, he was a little off balance. Yeah. I agree. I think you're right. He was surprised at how it developed. Here's Hall driving, attacking on Rennie. No good. Got it back. And a tie-up. It'll go Armstrong's way.
I'll tell you what, Spencer Hall is a good athlete. 6'3". You can tell he's fast, he's quick, he can jump. Kind of, just that Wayzata mold of a guy that can kind of guard a multiple positions. You can switch, he can shoot, he can, one of those guys I think on maybe another team would be a star if he was.
I was thinking the same thing earlier too about Harvey. You don't hear much about him in basketball-wise, maybe more so in football, but also a very good player.
Yep. And probably, there's a deflection.
Barnett the steal, reverse layup.
Smart play because he knew Seth Newbern was coming for that block. Instead, he kind of double clutch, used the rim as a protector, and finished with the reverse.
Aguirre has come back in. Davis Hay, the 6'6" senior, on him. Wayzata expanding its bench a little bit with this enormous lead.
Yeah, you wonder if starters may be done for the night or maybe a couple more minutes. I'll tell you, the ankle sprain, as a coach, you see that, and you're like, all right, we maybe don't want to risk anything at this point. Oh, good crossover.
Barnett down the lane with the floater.
It's called the old double cross, right? The quick right, left, back to the right.
40-point lead here for Wayzata.
Well, should I try to still sell it, Jay? Like if they can get a couple stops? This play, you want to play well, right? You just want to finish. You've had a good year. If you're Armstrong, you played a lot of good competition, beat some good teams. You just want to make a good account of yourself and finish strong.
Seth Newbern, tough look there, and
we get a bench warning, maybe? Yep.
so we're approaching running time here. I believe it was at under 9 minutes, I think. Barnett will work his way to the front court, over to Schmidt, and now Hay. McAndrew, quick release from the wing. It is good.
He's just one of those kids. He's got that release and that height. If he gets any room, he shoots it. You almost expect it to go in. And he buries it.
Maguire got it back out to Ware.
I think the thing that might be different, Jay, this year with Wayzata, you know, and they did to an extent last year too, but, you know, they've had good teams for the last however many years, but they have a lot of depth now. I mean, they got 8 or 9 guys that I think are really solid varsity players.
Schmidt with the pull-up for 2.
You know, he's one of them too, right? He's great shot, kind of does everything, can defend, athletic.
Yeah, and you look at a guy like Davis Hay, it doesn't right now. I mean, that's a 6'6" physical body that you can bring in, even if he's not one of your best overall players. He's still a very valuable guy off the bench. Rottinghouse looking to attack on Ware. Schmidt from the corner, short with that one. And Rennie finding Seth Newbern and missed it.
Well, that's one where that pass, just a hair behind him, I think kind of screwed up Seth's rhythm.
3-point try, no good. Moguri as we kind of go end to end here now. Rennie at the baseline, Scram. Chased off that shot. Now Rennie is
nice
fouled and it goes in. Wow.
Yeah, good move.
That was nice.
Yeah, he took the contact, kind of a tough angle, almost behind the rim on the baseline, but able to finish it anyways. Nice play.
McAndrew called for the foul there.
Yeah, look at that angle. That was not an easy finish. Beautiful.
Theo Smith checking in, number 12 now for Wayzata. And Rennie completes the 3-point play. And Jones will come back in for Seth Newbern now for the Falcons. Barnett looking to get them into their offense now with the team of all subs out there. Oh, and then falling was McAndrew, and he seems like he's shaken up. And looks like they will sub him out here. Jake Berkland will come in, number 5. Rennie driving and hits the floater.
A couple of nice buckets by Rennie there.
Barnett driving it and scoring it. And a timeout taken here by the Trojans, 63-21. Well, we said Wayzata defending state champ, and they've been up near the top all year. The rankings haven't really changed all that much. Park Center and Shakopee, and then Wayzata in that 1, 2, 3 spot. We might see an Osseo Park Center final in Section 5 next week. We'll be broadcasting, and we'll also be broadcasting the Section 6 final. Wayzata, fair to say, is going to be the host against either Hopkins or South.
Well, in Wayzata, 2 close losses to Park Center and Shakopee. They beat Eastridge, and crushed Osseo earlier in the year, so Wayzata's fared pretty well against that top tier of talent. I think it's open this year. Park Center, obviously, clearly the #1 team, but Wayzata is not going to go down without a fight here if they make it to the state tournament. Shakopee very good too, so it's kind of fun when you have a parity like that at the top.
Jones will bring it up court here for the Falcons. Rennie has had the hot hand of late, but missed that one. Kempel up with it. Jones getting it over to Rennie. He tried to go to Scram, but Barnett read it. Barnett to Hay. Back out to Schmidt.
Nice give and go.
Oh, and it just rolled off for Schmidt. Knocked out of bounds by Sherman of Armstrong, so it'll stay with Wayzata. As the clock continues to run here with this margin. Freeman coming back into the Armstrong lineup. Hay looking to attack in the lane. Now he'll swing it across for an open look. In and out for Theo Smith, but Hay tracks down the rebound and scores.
That was a great possession for Hay. Got the ball, played inside out, kicked it out for an open three, then fights for the offensive rebound and the finish.
Graham whipping it to Freeman, and then airmailed that one. Oh, he got some water bottle over there, it looked like. More subs coming in now for the Trojans. You've got Ian Norman, number 3. 34, Isaiah Hapty. Also, Drew Nepstead, number 35. Number 4 is Nick Benega. And then Jake Birkland, who was already in there.
I feel like I've heard that name before, Benega.
And Birkland, too. It's interesting. You can see the family resemblance there, too. Abti will shoot it up. That one is short. Saved in, but recovered by Rennie for Armstrong as we go under 4 minutes to play. All Wayzata here tonight. They have looked every bit the part of a top seed. Going to be a foul on Hapti there.
Well, and it's exactly the way you want to win a game like this, right? You mentioned in the pregame, do you worry about overlooking an opponent? And if you do that at all, then you find yourself in a dogfight, right? Maybe this game is a lot different. Instead, they came out and just, with authority, took control of it right away. And there really was never any doubt in this game.
Rennie had it knocked away, saved in, and finally recovered by Nepstead. And the thing about it, too, is I don't feel like they did anything out of the ordinary. They just played the way they're capable of playing, did all the fundamental good little things well, and look where they're at. Oh, Sherman for the layup.
Like to see the big fella running the floor like that. I think Wayzata fans were thinking it might be an extra step in there, but beautiful finish, good fast fake.
I think sometimes when you do it confidently, it looks okay, right?
Yeah.
Birkland's pass goes out of bounds.
What you'll see too is you'll see guys slow down when they do that extra step, where it almost makes it look worse. That time he kept it in full speed, and I think too when you're down 40-something, they might give you the benefit of the doubt too.
I would agree. Braden Sandman, 31, is in. Ben Schaefer, 25 for Wayzata. The Armstrong ball in front of their bench. Well, the coach Ware talked about they've got quite a few of their guys, be coming back next year. Kind of a learning experience. Obviously, this isn't a fun way to go out of the playoffs, but
no, but it gives you a taste of what greatness looks like, right? What a great team looks like, and these kids will now have that extra game under their belt, the experience of playing them, and you use that as fuel in the summertime, and you come back next year hungrier, better for having gone through it.
Nice pass.
Temple driving was fouled, so no bucket there. Obviously, we get a push on Ian Norman.
Yeah, Kemple, good sized kid too, 6'4".
Yeah, good
Looks
football
about
player.
220, 230, yeah. He's a good, strong, athletic kid.
So as the clock spinning quickly here with this running time situation, 1:20 to go now in the game. Temple driving with the left hand, won't go. Jake Birkland works his way up court here for the Trojans. Quick passing around, Hapti had it blocked. Freeman got a piece of that one. And it will be Armstrong ball as we go under a minute.
And you know it's something that they practice, that moving and sharing the ball, because you see when the reserves are in, you know, maybe not the same, you know, level of talent, but the same style and making extra passes for their teammates.
And knocked away from Freeman here, so Wayzata will get it back. Little baseline floater is good, and Drew Nepstead burying that one.
I'll tell you, Rennie's had a nice little spurt here in the second half.
Yep, 7 points.
Yeah.
And Birkland's pass stolen away by Ware as we're under 10 seconds to go. Sherman will launch a three, no good. And we will tick down to the end as Wayzata dominates here tonight as they blow Armstrong away, led it 35-12 at halftime. And then rolling to the 67-25 victory here over the Falcons to move into that Section 6 championship. Balanced attack here tonight for Wayzata. They got a lot of, not just points, but a good overall play from their bench too, as they were able to work a lot of guys in. Really only one guy in double figures, but every starter for Wayzata in between 7 and 11 points here tonight. And it just kind of showed all around defensively, sharing the ball, getting some nice basket cuts, hitting some threes here and there. And they showed why they've been ranked in the top 5 all season long and looking like a team that's going to be hard to contend with both in the section final and possibly beyond. We're not penciling them into the state tournament by any means yet. Looks like Ryan is ready now with a Trojan or two over there. Let's go to Ryan.
Spencer Hall here, great game tonight. You guys came out. I mean, there was no doubt from the get-go. One of the things we talked about is, do you maybe overlook a game like this? There absolutely was no overlooking. You guys were sharp right from the start.
Yeah, exactly. Schnettler talked about just taking our game to the next level tonight. We definitely did that. We locked in defensively, which was a huge thing. I mean, only 25 points. We just did exactly what we wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, was that kind of the game plan? You know, they're athletic. They can get to the rim. I thought individually you guys just shut your own man down and great help defense. Was that kind of the plan?
Our goal was just to lock up our one-on-one matchups and be in the gaps for help and get out to, the shooters. But the main goal was just stop our guy one-on-one and be in the gaps, help each other out, talk, and that's what we did.
Well, you got Tibbetts, you got Birkland, you got Bierke, but how about yourself? Kind of can do it all. Athletic, can shoot, can get to the rim. I mean, tell us a little bit about your style and how you fit into this team.
I mean, I just try to do whatever I can. You know, if it's passing, rebounding, I pride myself on defense, and we just do whatever we need to win.
So can you shut Drew Birkland down in practice one-on-one?
I try my best.
How about the big fella? Can you shut him down too?
Of course.
Hey, so you guys in the conference finals. Hopkins, Minneapolis South. Do you have a preference of who you want in that one?
It doesn't matter to me.
What's the goal for this Wayzata team this year?
State championship, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good start here tonight. Congratulations on a great game.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Ryan, and congratulations to the Trojans. Obviously, Armstrong, not the kind of night that they would have liked. They got a good win in the quarterfinals over Cooper, but they fall in a big way here this evening. I hope you've enjoyed this one tonight. It is Wayzata defeating Armstrong 67-25. Again, watch for the Section 6 final coming up on CCX next week as well. It'll be right here at Wayzata High School. For Ryan Iverson and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Wayzata High School.